Hi, I'm Steve Schimoler, chef owner of Crop Bistro and Brewery in Cleveland, Ohio. I want to talk about the water system that we have installed here with Kinetico. As a chef, was really very interested in the role that water was going to play in the kitchen. And the system that we put in with Kinetico is 4 levels of filtration. It's macro solids, carbon filtration, softening, and reverse osmosis. And what I've learned over the past 6 months working with this system is that as a chef, I don't want to have competition with my food. And what I mean by that is the water, when we're using reverse osmosis, we're starting with an absolutely clean slate. I go out of my way to work with the best ingredients, and when your water has got chemical flavors, smells, chlorination, sulfur, depending on what part of the country you're in, you're going to get off flavors that you're going to compete with. Especially when I'm cooking, if a recipe says reduce by half, well, if the water's not that great, you're doubling how bad it actually is because you're concentrating those flavors. So when I'm using subtle ingredients like ginger, lemongrass, truffle, I don't want to compete with that chlorination or sulfur notes because it really does overtake the dish in many ways. Also, when we're cooking with these waters, I know that I'm standardizing my recipes where I know that I'm not going to compete with anything and that recipe is going to be the same every single time. Consistency is so important. You know, operationally, what we've learned also is that by having the water filtered properly, machines like our dish machine are running much more efficiently, where I've reduced the cost of my supplies, my cleaning supplies, the chemical, the soaps, because it is more of an efficient system. The other thing is the consumers, and when people come to Crop, they see on the table we have our reverse osmosis water is bottled. It tells the story. They immediately see that we take that much care about the details. And something that you really think is simple as water. Well, I travel the country, go to restaurants all the time, and there's nothing worse than having a great meal where you're drinking water that has off flavors. So our customers really appreciate the fact that we've taken the steps to provide them with ultra pure, crystal clear flavor or flavorless water with the reverse osmosis. You know, also operationally, when you look at the hundreds and hundreds of hours that we spend polishing our glassware, we never want to see a spot when we're pouring a $200 bottle of wine into a glass. And by having the water filtered properly and using the RO, we're eliminating a lot of that labor because the glassware is that much cleaner. So with Kinetico, what I've learned is what I really took for granted for all these years, and I think many chefs also take for granted, is their water supply. But now I really appreciate the value of having crystal clear water, especially in cooking, having that clean slate to work with, that open canvas where I'm not competing with it, has been really excellent. The consumers, our guests, have gone out of the way to show their appreciation that we're giving them this ultra clear water. And it's very difficult for me to drink anything else or cook with anything else. But the Kinetico system is so efficient for us. It's not electronic, it's a mechanical system that is extremely well put together, and I don't think about it. I don't worry about it. It does its job, and we continue to enjoy it. And the more I learn about cooking with water, I really do realize that it is our most precious ingredient, and you really should take advantage of making sure it's the best that it could be.
Quality Water of the Carolinas, your local Kinetico dealer.